Morning everyone, and thank you very much for your time. Today I'm just going to give you a bit of an overview on energy efficiency and renewables, which is an area that we've been concentrating on for many years now in order to try and provide that different view of when we're going to see clients in the manufacturing sector. Lombard's always known as the asset finance arm for providing funding for equipment, but very much we wanted to have a different conversation with our customers, which energy is one of the top 3 costs in manufacturing or any business that where people are trying to reduce and become more savvy on, really. There is a case study on this banner that we did put together where we had a medium-sized manufacturing warehouse that had standard lighting in their premises and wanted to see what they could do in order to reduce their carbon footprint and become more energy efficient. Standard lighting in your premises, depending on the types of lights that you have lux levels, which is the brightness of the light that you have coming out of the unit that you have in there. Moving over to LED lighting increases that lux levels, which gives you a lot more clarity and the lighting is a lot better. The energy efficiency also, so the number of kilowatts that the actual light uses as well. As you can see from the example on the banner over here, that there was an 85% reduction from just changing from from standard lighting to LED lighting. I've always kind of tried to simplify it. If you've got a standard light bulb in your premises and you replace it with an LED lighting, rather than using, for example, 10 kilowatts on your standard one, and you could use 2 kilowatts but still get the same output, very much a simple differentiation in order to reduce that energy cost. You can also see the kilowatt usage as well and the cost from what they were spending on their energy usage to what it was reduced down, and again providing an 85% reduction as well. And more importantly, the carbon footprint. Not a lot of people have looked at the carbon footprint, but corporate social responsibility is really, really important. And we've seen that in the supply chain element as well, where you've got large organizations that the government have imposed certain targets for them to reduce their carbon footprint, and they're working down the supply chain, whether you directly or indirectly deal with them, in order to see what you're doing from a green credential point of view in order to try and reduce your carbon footprint as well. Taking on board just the renewables and the energy efficiency side of it, what other benefits would you have if you looked at LED lighting in your premises? One of the key things that not a lot of people are aware of is you can benefit from enhanced capital allowances by investing into LED lighting in your premises. So you can offset 100% of the cost of the project against your taxable profits as well in year 1. So again, a beneficial way of looking at it rather than paying HMRC and actually putting in something that's more energy efficient. It's very, very simple technology. And again, these assets, in the old days, when you've got lighting, for example, you've got a maintenance individual that is coming in and replacing those lights probably every 6 months, every 9 months, etc. LED lighting, what we've seen with the clients that we've supported, have not had to worry about that, and they've been given 10-year warranties on certain lights or the number of hours that they're using on, depending on the circumstances that they're in. One of the other things also that we came across from one of our clients, they had a premises with a refrigerated unit in there, and refrigeration unit was half of the building, and the old lights that they had in the premises was giving off so much heat, which meant that the actual refrigeration unit was working a lot harder, which meant maintenance was going through the roof. Changing over to LED lighting suddenly reduced the heat load coming out of that, making it a lot more efficient and reducing that overall cost as well. So hopefully that just gives you a quick summary. We do have a supply chain optimization session at 1 o'clock in the auditorium as well, and we have a manufacturing customer who invested in renewables and energy efficiency for their business, and you'll be able to hear more about that as well. So hopefully I can now open it up to some questions. Is that all right, Rachel? Hints and tips on HVAC units. HVAC isn't something really we've looked at purely down to the fact from an asset finance perspective on where we've seen it, but you're absolutely right. It is an area where people are looking at optimizing and updating on it, because there are some elements of efficiencies on that, but not an area that I've very much looked at. But yes, it is something that comes up. I think the key thing there is when businesses go out who actually specialize in this element, they do a full audit on their premises to see whether it's LED lighting, do they need a BMS system, Is it HVAC? Is it solar? There's lots of elements, but yeah, you're absolutely right. There are efficiencies from that point of view as well. Not an area we've concentrated that much. Sorry, I couldn't help on that. Do we have any material or case studies on energy generation? And renewables has been a big part of what we've been doing in order to help businesses generate energy themselves and become more self-sufficient. With energy prices not looking like they're going south and they're going north, people are trying to become a lot more self-sufficient in trying to generate their power on site, and rather than being put at risk on what prices that the big six are going to be putting towards this. So yes, okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Hopefully I'll see you at 1 o'clock.